Hello, Ice. I wanted to record this last night and, well, just didn't get around to doing it. But I figured I'd do it sooner rather than later so you guys kind of have an idea for the ones that don't. Because last night, when I told people to save their keys for another day, it was too late for some people. So, yeah. When we get new events like this, especially right after, well, they always will start right after reset, obviously, but if it's a new event that we've never had, these ones are all pretty similar. The 7 day events, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So, what I recommend doing for every single event that we have, because you can click on all the days, right, and see what the requirements are for each days. I recommend going through and looking and seeing if there's days that require the same item. So day 1 and day 3 both give points for keys. The difference being day 1, you can get power or you can get points from raising power through troops, which is something everyone does automatically anyways. Everyone's training troops all the time. So most people would be able to get minimum points just from training troops without using any speed ups for them. Um, that's obviously also something you can double up with an alliance mobilization task for, like, one of these, gaining raising power by training troops. Um, Back to this one. So power through construction. If you haven't finished and you're slow rolling construction upgrades, it would be nice if one of those finished on today, because then you get the raised power from that. Same with research. Research doesn't give a ton of power unless you're doing War Academy research, but the raised power by training troops is going to be the easiest one to get points for today, and then obviously keys. And I know some of you used all of your keys today. Keys and troops are the only thing I've used to get to the score I'm at. I was just above Durant earlier this morning. I was gonna save more of my keys for day 3, but decided to use some more. So day 3, the reason I recommend saving your keys for day 3 is because, like, we don't want to be using hero shards outside of SVS prep or KOI. If you're a player that's pushing KOI and does lower contributions for SVS because you can get better rewards from KOI, that's personal choice. That's totally fine, of course. Um, but what we don't want to do is be using speed ups to get your minimums on this day. It's a lot easier to get your minimums or to get as many points as you can by using keys. There is, of course, which one is it? This one. There's obviously a task to unlock this to use 2,000 minutes of speed ups. You can, like, obviously, most people are going to want to unlock this entire thing to get all the rewards at the bottom. That makes sense. Using 2,000 minutes of speed ups is not going to get you minimum points on this day. So, what I will end up doing for this day is I will use 2,000 minutes of speed ups, most likely on research, and then I will use my keys to finish the rest. Um, so then we're being a little smarter with these events instead of just, like I said, using all your keys. And I mean, another thing you could do, use all your keys on day 1 and then just do enough speed ups to get minimum rewards. On that note, when it comes to events like these, I'll always do minimums first and then I'll wait a little bit, usually until halfway through the day. I'll take a look at the leaderboard and see what's going on with the leaderboard. I understand it's different for me than it is for other people based on the amount of resources that I have at my disposal for events like these. Um, but for free to play, especially, if you didn't use your keys today and you were able to get minimums just today, but then on this day you had a bunch of keys saved up, you might be able, or you would be able to get a higher leaderboard spot because most people are using their keys today. Um, yeah. So Beast Hunt Day, you get the same amount of points for every beast, regardless of level. That's where it differs from SVS, because in SVS you get different points based on different beast levels. So it really doesn't matter. If you set your auto hunt, you can set it to find any beast as close to you as possible. That way you're going to be able to get more beasts killed. And that's what I did last event, and that's why I was able to play so high. My auto hunt was going for anything and everything as close as possible. Obviously, the rewards you get from the beasts are going to be lower, but you're getting more points for the event, getting higher up on the leaderboard, and limited time skins like this, like the name cards especially. Lethality is big for the rally lead. So most of these events, it's going to be the spenders are going to be trying to get as high as they can on the leaderboard, just because it'll have a bigger effect on us and it will improve the lethality of the entire rally. So when events like these come around, it's not like the people who spend more are trying to push the free to play or low spend out. It's just the fact that this will make a big difference for a rally for me in SVS, and it won't make a difference to you if you're joining my rally. I hope that makes sense. So anyways, for the keys and the stamina, because obviously we want to save stamina for SVS, keys have no benefit for SVS whatsoever. But the stamina does. And then it's day 5. We get points for using gems. I'm not going to use essence stones, and I'm not going to use widgets because I don't have any widgets I could use anyways, and we want to save essence stones for SVS. So for events like these, obviously the first thing I do on gem spend day, I clear out the VIP shop because I get all those points. Ideally, you can double them up with Alliance mobilization tasks for spending gems. Not the end of the world, because I have a feeling on day 5 those gem ones are going to be hard to find because everyone's going to be trying to find them if they have the gems to spend. I did the same thing the last event that we had for this. I completely drained all my stamina, drained all my keys, and then I just came over here on gem spend day, bought all the keys that I had used. I think it was around 600 or 700 keys, and then same with the stamina. I bought 1,500 cans with my gems to replenish everything I had just used. So, roughly that many gems. I know nobody has that many, but nobody's going to be burning through that much stamina either. Basically, I do that. So then my keys, because I think right now I should have, I have around 200 left, because there's no point me using any more than I already have. I'm looking to take first place today, so if anyone else passes me, I have got the 200 in reserve. If that's still not enough, I'll just use some gems to buy some more keys to take it further to secure first place. But that's basically how, if you've got gems, you're a mid-spend and you have a reasonable amount of gems, that's the best way to maximize your points on these days. Use the gems, use the stamina, wait for gem spend day, spend gems, get points on gems to recuperate your stamina and your keys that you've used. Day 6, obviously, just gathering resources, any troops, research, construction that finishes naturally, so be it. Nothing's getting pushed on that day. Okay, so I guess I should have looked at day 7 first. I didn't do what I told you guys to do and look at every single day. So day 7, that's when you should use your speed ups, because that'll get you this one complete, and you can save day 3 for just your keys. So you don't need to use speed ups there, because we want to save our speed ups for SVS. I hope that makes sense. I did take some notes for this one, so it was a little less rambly, but I feel like it hasn't gone as well. as I had hoped. On the note of I call this the bingo card. Um, these will come naturally through a regular week of being active in game. So there's no point rushing any one of them. The middle one's construction, I believe. If all your construction is complete, like it is for mine, it will just unlock automatically. I know the bottom right one is impossible for 100% free to play because that's a buy buy a pack worth 5 US or 4.99, I think is what it is. Um, the rest of them are pretty simple. Alliance helps. I think this one was raise power by training troops. Yeah. Online rewards, that simple. Just being online, collecting those, using stamina. We're going to finish that on day 2 for Beast Hunt Day. So I don't recommend rushing to get any of these complete. They'll all just come naturally. If near the end of the week you need to do something to make them happen, so be it. But realistically, if you're active and you're playing enough during the week, you should unlock all these no problem. Because if you look, the event's been going on for less than 12 hours and I've only got 4 left. So obviously the middle construction one, that's different if you're waiting on construction. Um, Troop camps, if I'm remembering correctly, generally take the least amount of time to upgrade. So I would probably go with that one. I know it definitely takes less than, say, upgrading your furnace. Um, then the meals. So if I remember correctly from last event, obviously I can't see anyone else's screen to see which ones are the bonus meals for you guys. But the ones with the thumbs give you more points for submitting that meal for that day. So even though I have the ingredients to cook more of these meals, I don't. I only do the ones that I have the ingredients that for the bonus meal for the day. And I've already cooked one of all of these to get it to the perfect meal. Once you do that, you can do just this quick cook, and then you don't need to tap it every time to get the meal to cook perfectly. Yeah, because these give bonus points, I'll be submitting them today. And all of these other ones, I'm not even going to cook them because some of them use the same ingredients. So let's say tomorrow is this one and this one. I'm only going to cook those two. And through here, so I'll end up getting more meal packs from spending gems naturally. The few amount of speed ups I use, I'm going to get some from there. You obviously get them from gathering resources and from defeating beasts as well. So even if you're not spending, you're able to get enough meal packs to be able to at least get your minimums done every day to get these rewards. It's not substantial. It does add up over 7 days though, because that would be 14 general shards, 21 essence stones, and 21 hours of general speed ups. One last thing about the requests. So if you're requesting 10 and above, you're probably going to wait for a while. What Marie has done here makes sense. Asking for a smaller amount, you're better off asking for 2 or 3 or 4 at a time rather than 10, because you'll be waiting for a while, right? Like I could help Marie out because I haven't cooked any meals that require that. Both Zippo and Tio Sparko, I've only got 8, so I can't even help even if I wanted to. What I've done in the past and what I think makes the most sense, I could be completely wrong with this, but we've done it over the last couple events. As you can see, I've already done my 50 requests for the day. So I partner up with someone from the Alliance. It's been Sansa. It's always been Sansa just because we've always played together during these events. What we do right after reset, one of us will request, we'll figure out which ingredient it is. She'll request 20, I'll send 20. I'll request 20, she'll send 20. We go back and forth until we do 50. So we do 20, 20, and 10. The reason for that, we don't on day one, there's no ingredients we need for the special one. Just because buying packs, you know, doing everything, gathering, defeating beasts, whatever the case may be, we're always able to at least get the minimum done for the day. So we do that because you get 10 points, you get 10 personal points and 10 alliance points per trade. So because we each do 50, that's 100. Sorry, no, that's 1,000. 1,000 points for the alliance and 500 points for each of us. So I would recommend everyone finds a trading partner, and then after reset or whenever you guys are both online, whatever time works for you, you just trade back and forth to get the 50 out of 50, because everyone should be able to get the minimum rewards. There's no daily leaderboard for this. It's just a tally over the entire week. So there's no benefit to trying to get to the top as soon as possible. What we've done in the past and what I think works and what I'll do in other events as well, I come out the gate strong. Then Durant's obviously not a nice anymore, but he's clearly still playing. I do that to set the pace for other alliances, so then they can kind of judge, is it worth us spending a bunch of money to compete? And it might be wrong of me, but I think if they see a big lead off the bat, they might be like, let's hold off a little bit, and then it eases competition on us, and it's easier for us to take first place, because if we take first place, we get much more rewards as an alliance. I hope that makes sense. So anyways, you do the daily trades with one person, and it doesn't have to be the same ingredients, because I'm pretty sure different people have different bonus meals every day. So let's say I needed sugar. I'm used to the savory one, so I thought that was salt. Let's say I needed sugar, and Sansa needed flour? Yeah, we'll go flour. Sansa needed flour, and I had way more flour than I knew what to do with. So I would request sugar. This would obviously only work if she had a ton of sugar, and she didn't need sugar today. So I request sugar from her. She sends me sugar. Tongue twisted there. It's early in the morning, so please, some grace. Thank you. I would request sugar from her. She would send sugar. She would request flour from me. I would send flour. Like that, you know? I think it's the best way to maximize personal and alliance points for these days, especially if you have an abundance of resources for a day or for a meal that doesn't give you bonus points, but someone else could utilize those for today. Like I said, it's a marathon, not a sprint. There's 7 days, so we'll be all right. And then for the last day, for day 7, instead of doing the 50 trades of the same item, is we will either finish every meal that we can and then be like, okay, I'm short 2 sugar, 2 flour, blah, blah, blah. And then we do that way to try to complete as many meals as we can. Once we've done that, then we'll go here, or we'll even talk about it in Alliance chat with other people. And, you know, say Zip needed 2 eggs, but I only had 1. He would request 1 egg. I would send 1 egg. Then he would do another request for 1 egg. Someone else would send the 1 egg. And then that way, everyone's able to get as many meals completed as possible. They're able to get more personal points. We're able to get more alliance points. Everyone's happy. And then we get the big old main prize. I don't even remember. Oh, I think it's over here. Yeah, the Aurora Party. We want this because we want 6 lavish tables. The rewards from these are fantastic. We do have a pretty strong lead right now. I have a feeling ENY and Phoenix are going to end up in this category and we'll take first, but we also want everyone else to do as well on the personal leaderboard because you get more rewards that way, right? This one. This is what we're looking for. That was the alliance ranking. So everyone, if we take first place, everyone in ICE gets these rewards. And then this is obviously the personal rewards. Like the name card that gives a lethality buff. My alarm's going off. City skins. Any event that gives a city skin, spenders are going to be pushing on. And I know everyone really likes city skins, some more than others. Permanent city skins because all buffs stack on top of each other. An event like this, I'm going to do more than I want to or should to confirm. And I don't care if I take first place overall in the event. I just need to be top 10 to make sure that I get the permanent city skin. So then when SVS comes around, I get the extra 2% attack bonus on every rally, which means everyone in my rally gets an extra 2% attack, which will stack on top of the stats that I already have. Okay, I think that was everything I wanted to talk about for this one. For the Aurora Melody, I think. We will see. If I'm wrong about anything or somebody has some input on one of them, I'd love to hear your input. You can message me privately or just reply to the video, put it down in a message on Discord. Yeah, I'd like to know because I certainly don't know everything, and the new people that have joined us this latest transfer have definitely made that clear to me. Just because of different experiences they've had, different trials that they've done. Yeah, I hope this helps because I want everyone to do as well as possible, and yeah, we want to be able to be competitive in events like these, but still save as many resources as possible, like speed ups, essence stones, those kinds of things for SVS. Charms. We especially don't want to be using charms on an event like this when one charm upgrade's probably going to do way more than the minimums. And if you're not going to be in the running for, let's see, top 25 to get the permanent card, in my mind, it's only worth doing the minimums. Unless you can secure a top 25 spot. These ones, I mean, the other rewards, but if you're not placing minimum top 100, you should definitely only be doing minimum rewards every day because there's no extra benefit to it. Yeah. All right. Well, if you listened, great. Give me some feedback. If you haven't listened, well, you wouldn't be hearing this. All right. Bye, everybody.